Cesar Millan is in the studio. Good morning, Cesar.
Good morning.
Very excited
Montreal.
to meet you. Is it your first time in Montreal?
Je m'appelle Cesar.
Ooh,
That sounds sexy.
Yeah. Hey,
French is sexy.
have you been studying French? You've been
No,
brushing
not at all.
Kind of a. There's a similarity a little bit because the Spanish and French are both Latin based, so you probably
Right.
get along pretty quickly in French, I would imagine.
If I put an effort.
Yeah. Is it your first time here?
No, it's actually my third time.
Oh, terrific.
Third time, yeah. My second time as to come with a show. This is a brand new show that I'm bringing to Montreal. Actually, Canada has 19 cities I'm going through. Yes, it's the biggest show ever that I've done around the world.
Do you enjoy the travel?
I enjoy the travel because my kid comes with me.
Oh, excellent.
You know, and
Great.
so I always talk about my pack.
Yeah.
And so he's part of my pack. I have two kids, but one lives with his mom and the other one lives with me.
Okay.
The guy who wants to follow my footsteps lives with me, and he's going to have his own show.
So
Very proud of him.
How old is he?
He's 13.
And what's his name?
Calvin.
So he's going to take over the family business.
I hope so.
Oh, that's very cool.
I mean, I built a nice little thing going on
Yeah.
around the world, right? And then the whole world
Yeah.
enjoys our knowledge, and he has it. I mean, he has that instinctual way of being. He just needs to learn how to deliver it.
Is that what it is? Is it instinct? Is that what it is?
Yeah, you know, I come from a third world country. You know, schools are not available to us.
Yeah.
You know, I come from a very poor background. So one of the things that we miss is education.
Right.
One of the things that modern society has is education. You know, but the advantage that we have is that we learn to work with Mother Nature. The disadvantage modern society has is they work against Mother Nature. So therefore, an immigrant can come with a different perception, different point of view, and teach a very smart society. Right? My clients at Harvard graduate, but they can't walk a chihuahua.
It's a remarkable American dream story. It really is. Do you ever pinch yourself?
I think it's a worldwide dream. You're right that you get an opportunity somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you know, when you live in a third world country, those opportunities don't come fairly easy. You know, do I pinch myself? I'm a very dedicated man. You know,
Work hard.
I work super hard. I'm
Yeah.
very focused. I don't drink. I don't smoke.
Yeah.
I don't have any bad habits except the goal, you know, that I have in life, which is to change the relationship with human and dogs.
I know you grew up on a farm in Mexico, correct? When did you know? When did you realize that you had the thing that you have?
When I jumped the border, you know,
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea that I can actually offer anything to anybody. You know, I thought I was going to learn from Americans.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to be the best doctor in the world, and the reason why I came to America is to learn from Americans. But then I realized how disconnected they were, and then I saw an opportunity to train humans and rehabilitate dogs because everybody was training dogs, and I said, well, you can't train a dog without a human well educated, really, because it's going to go down the drain. You know, so that's when I saw that little empty spot, and I opened my dog psychology center in the worst place in the planet, South Central Los Angeles. But that's where the show came from. You know what I mean? It came from the hood.
Did the recognition begin to come when you began to train celebrity dogs, so to speak?
It does help a lot,
Yeah.
right? It does, absolutely.
Because who was your first? Do you remember?
My first was Nicolas Cage,
Okay.
Vin Diesel,
Yeah.
you know, NBA players, NFL players.
And what
Eventually was, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith and then Will Smith.
Yeah. Well, okay. What kind of dog did they have, and what was the problem with it?
Every celebrity comes to me because they have an aggressive issue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the last resource for a lot of people, so everybody tries, you know, the traditionals and everything like that.
Yeah.
But at the end, they just say, well, you know, it's a Mexican guy in South Central who can walk a pack of dogs. That was before they called me the dog whisperer, right?
Yeah.
So that was my title, the Mexican guy who can walk a pack of dogs. And so I was the only guy. They had this story behind where he walks a pack of dogs, you know, off leash, in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not common. You know, in America, it's not common to walk a dog off leash.
When I watched the show, like how much time expires? Like it almost when I first began to watch the show, I thought to myself, oh, this is edited. This is like magic. This guy is doing. You show up at a house. You spend some time with the dog, and the next thing you know, the dog begins to lose its issues almost immediately.
Well, the dog lives in the moment. Dogs don't rationalize. They don't really focus on living in the past or want to know about the future. So there is a reality where the dog moves on. Mm-hmm. The only reason why the dog gets stuck is because the human holds on to the past, or the human wants to know what to do in the future.
Gotcha.
You know? So, yes, I mean, it's not magic. It's just dogs are magical.
Can dogs live with cats?
Of course. Dogs are a social species. What you need to tap into is for them to live in a follower state. Follower state is what I call calm submissive state.
Okay.
Right? When a dog goes into a dominant state, he can tell who he wants to live with.
Okay.
But that's why it's very important for us to understand leadership. Leadership is direction and protection. But the reason why I have a show is because dogs lead humans.
Right. What's the biggest mistake people make who own dogs, do you think? Have you seen over the years?
Well, humanization, that's a worldwide disease.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Everybody humanizes a dog. You know, the wealthier the environment is, the more they humanize a dog. You know, and so when you change the identity of someone, what you're going to finish doing is suppressing their needs.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
then and their expectations are way too high.
Yeah.
You know, dog is not going to understand human, even though human has good intentions.
And it has nothing to do with the breed, correct?
No.
Nothing to do with
Animal,
Yeah.
dog,
Yeah.
breed. See, the last thing, the third thing is breed.
Yeah.
So he's animal first, energy.
Yeah.
All animals pick up on the energy. Dog is the social species. Breed is the cultural background.
Okay. Gotcha.
You see it? So
Yeah,
a border
gotcha.
collie and a Labrador, the only thing is cultural background.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
you don't want a border collie or Labrador to pee in your house. See it? It's a universal thing that you want
Right.
from all breeds.
Right. So when people go to the show, when you say show, what is it that people are going to see?
Well, what I'm bringing this time is the understanding of instincts. I'm going to focus and make sure everybody understands instincts very well. You know, energy, how energy triggers instincts, and body language. Those are the three things. If you learn about them, you can actually have a relationship or understand how to deal with a dog from a distance. There's a lot of people who are afraid of dogs.
Yeah, that's very
There's
true.
a lot of people who are afraid of
That's
dogs.
very true.
So how can you help not just people with dogs, but people that have no dogs? Because it really is important that everybody in the society, everybody in society, understand how to be with a dog.
So when you go into a house, you can pick up on somebody's body language right away. Like, am I relaxed?
I know.
So when is the show, Cesar? I could talk to you all day long, but I know you've got other commitments.
I'm sorry about the date.
Yes.
I don't
don't
know
have
the
it in
dates.
front of
Do
me
you have
either.
the dates?
Do we have
Come
the
on.
date? Does anybody have the date? All right,
Everybody has the date.
You know what? We'll find out. We'll find out. It's a remarkable story. I mean, as fascinated as I am by what you do with animals, the story, your story it's quite remarkable. It's quite a success story. You must be very proud of that.
I am very, very proud. Obviously, you know, my parents have to do a lot with it. You know, it's very important us as parents to believe in our kids' desire and really guide them in the right direction and not to hesitate to give them rules, boundaries, and limitations.
Yeah.
You know, leadership is very important not only for a dog, but also for a kid.
Yeah. I was looking online this morning. This one last question. So there is, when you go online and you read about you, there are some people who criticize your methods and your methodology. You don't worry about that, do you?
Well, I was criticized of being immigrant, you know, and then they realized, okay, immigrants can make a difference. You know,
Of course.
Not only can make a difference,
Yeah.
they can pay a lot of taxes.
Yeah.
I pay big taxes now, right?
I bet you
and
do.
I give jobs, and
Yeah.
you know, and we have, thanks God, #1 show in Nat Geo Wild, right? And so we can make a difference. I mean, and the whole criticism is lack of getting to know that person.
Gotcha. Are you still in South Central?
No. We moved. We have
moved.
43 acres now, a ranch.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
that's cool.
It's a little bigger, but now we have more species. We
Yeah.
have horses, llamas, turtles. See, the more the dog interacts with prey, the
Yeah.
more social he becomes.
Gotcha. Do you enjoy the fame?
I enjoy that I can make a difference.
Yeah. Because I mean, I would imagine now you can't walk through an airport.
It's a big difference, Tom Cruise and Cesar Millan.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I would imagine, like, walking through an airport, you probably get stopped.
Every single second.
Absolutely.
I lose my flight
You
every
probably
single
have to
time.
leave early for the airport every time. Real pleasure to meet you.
Thank you guys.
for coming
Appreciate
in.
it. See you guys there.
Cesar Millan.
The spirit of rock. 97.7.